I think it's very important when you have the best players in the world together, you got to compete and you got to play hard and you got to show the fans how good they really are.
Most fans think Caitlin Clark's biggest strength is her deep shooting. Even when defenders stay tight on her, she still finds a way to get a clean shot.
And Cunningham is down behind the play.
But if you ask Larry Bird, that is not the real story. In a private conversation that has only recently become known, Bird told Caitlin something that changed more than her style of play. It changed how she carries herself while handling the pressure of the entire WNBA. And it was not the kind of advice most people would expect. Larry Bird is not someone who gives praise easily. He has always been one of the toughest judges of basketball greatness. So when he finally sat down with the Indiana Fever's new star, many expected a simple passing of the torch. Instead, what came out of that meeting was a serious wake-up call. This story looks at the connection between Bird and Clark, the advice that helped reshape Caitlin's rookie season, and the reason Larry believes she is the only player in the last 40 years who truly understands the hidden side of basketball. To understand why Bird's words mattered so much, you have to look at where both players come from. Bird grew up in French Lick, Indiana, and Clark is from West Des Moines, Iowa. That shared Midwest background means more than small-town roots. When Bird entered the NBA in 1979, the league was in a weak spot. Ratings were low, and many casual fans had lost interest. Bird did not just play the game. He helped bring people back to it. By 2024 and 2025, the WNBA was in a very similar position. The Caitlin Clark effect is not just hype, it showed up in the numbers. When she missed time early in 2025 because of a minor injury, ratings did not just slip, they dropped by 55%. Bird saw that clearly. He understood the pressure that comes with being expected to lift a league. He was one of the last players to carry that kind of weight from the very start while also becoming a target for veteran players. So when they met, he did not focus on her shot. He focused on the pressure she was facing. At the center of that talk was one message. People close to the league have said Bird's advice was about how truly great players stay quiet and let their game speak. During her first few months, Caitlin often reacted to everything around her. She responded to hard fouls from Kennedy Carter, the nonstop social media noise, and the rough physical treatment that came with entering the league. One foul was even reviewed, and the play looked like a simple cut with no clear bad intent. But Bird did not believe she needed to keep reacting. He believed she had to move above all of it. His message was simple: do not beat them with your words. Beat them by rising past what they expect from you. Bird told her that the second she shows frustration, the people trying to rattle her get exactly what they want. He pointed back to the Celtics-Lakers battles of the 1980s. Magic played with joy. Larry played like a killer. He told Caitlin she has that same killer instinct, but she was spending too much of it on arguing with refs. So what changed after that? And why did her numbers take off in the second half of the season? The tracking data gives a clear answer and shows Bird was right. The real change shows up when you study the film, not just the box score. Before that key talk with Bird, Clark was carrying the heavy pressure that came with being the face of the Caitlin Clark phenomenon. She was forcing deep threes at the wrong moments, often trying to give the crowd the big shot they came to see after spending so much money on tickets. She was playing for highlight clips, which looked great online, but it also led to an uneven assist-to-turnover ratio that caused problems during the early part of her rookie season.
For either team has been seven. Clark with the kick out to Samuelson.
Then came the turning point. Bird reportedly looked at her and reduced the game to its simplest truth. He told Caitlin that she was the only player on the floor who could see where everyone was, defenders included, in real time. By taking the shots opponents were waiting for, she was still playing by their rules. His message was clear: stop playing their game and make them adjust to yours. After that conversation, the film showed a major change in the way she controlled space on the court. What really connects Clark to Bird is not just scoring, it is gravity. Bird was elite at shifting a defense, even without the ball, and Clark started doing the same. She began making the next pass 2 seconds sooner, firing hit-ahead passes or finding the corner shooter the instant the double team came. That took away the blitz. Defenses that once rushed her near half court suddenly became scared to leave anyone else open. That patience did more than improve her numbers. It opened up the entire Indiana Fever offense. The biggest winner was Aaliyah Boston, with Clark pulling defenders in and then punishing them with sharp entry passes. The paint opened in a way it had not before. Indiana went from a team built around one star into a balanced playoff threat. Bird saw in Clark a version of the challenge he once faced himself, having a basketball mind so advanced that even teammates could struggle to keep up. Back in the 1980s, Bird often threw passes to spots before teammates even got there. He helped Caitlin learn how to make the game easier for the players around her by placing the ball exactly where they needed it, while keeping the harder thinking in her own mind. She stopped just battling the other team and started controlling the game itself. What Bird said about her value may have mattered even more than the coaching. In a major 2025 interview, he said Caitlin Clark should not be seen as just another player. In his view, she carries the value and weight of a franchise by herself. He also spoke openly about the petty way some WNBA veterans treated her in her first 2 seasons. He compared it to his own arrival in the NBA in 1979, when many veterans disliked the attention he got right away. Bird said they did not like seeing a rookie take the spotlight, but the smart ones eventually understood the truth. He was not hurting their future, he was helping raise it. He said Caitlin is that same kind of force. If players fight against her, they are fighting against the very growth that can benefit them too. That was the hard truth Bird wanted her to understand in those private talks. She was not only playing for the Indiana Fever, she was carrying a much bigger responsibility for where the league goes next. It was a complete mental reset. Bird's guidance helped Caitlin stop looking for approval from the old guard and fully accept the role the media had placed on her. He told her that in pro sports, respect is not handed over with smiles after the game, it is earned during it. Instead of feeling bad about the sold-out arenas and huge TV numbers, she began turning her fame into an advantage, understanding that her pull off the court was just as strong as her effect on it. That shift showed up clearly in the 2025 playoffs. This was not the rushed and emotional Caitlin from early 2024. This was a cold closer in a Fever jersey. Her composure was different. Her killer instinct looked sharper. She started using that quiet Bird style of trash talk, the kind that says everything without a word. You could see it when she pulled up from deep, turned away before the shot even dropped, and stared down the other bench without emotion. She stopped wasting energy on referees and started controlling how the game was played. By the time Indiana made a deep playoff run, it was obvious Caitlin Clark was doing more than playing basketball. She was leading something much bigger. Bird has never believed there would be another Larry Bird, but he admitted that when he watches Caitlin, he sees the kind of command over the game he thought disappeared with his era. What he told her did more than reshape her rookie season. It helped keep the WNBA's momentum alive. It pushed a college superstar toward becoming a pro icon. The torch was not simply passed, it was used to light up the league. Bird saw something in Caitlin Clark before most people knew what they were watching. By teaching her to accept the pressure that came with being a target, he did not just help her get through her rookie year. He helped her take over. The legend from French Lick and the new star of the Heartland have made one thing clear to the rest of basketball. The game has changed, and it is not going back.